Amidst the vast expanse of the African savannah, the heavy yet slow footsteps of elephants echo like the breath of nature. From behind tall, dry grass, their massive forms gradually emerge, silently advancing in the warm golden sunlight of the late afternoon. Their white tusks stand out against the green of the bushes, their graceful trunks reaching out to pick leaves, chewing slowly as if time here slows down more than anywhere else. The elephants move through the sparse forests, sunlight filtering through the leaves, creating interwoven patches of light and shadow on their wrinkled skin, marking the years of their wild lives. From above, the savannah stretches endlessly, the elephants small in the vastness of nature, yet they are the very soul of this land. And when they stop by a shallow water hole, lowering their trunks to drink cool sips, the scene becomes strangely peaceful, a gentle reminder of the harmony, resilience, and pristine beauty of the natural world. Amidst the stillness, every small movement of the elephants blends seamlessly into the age-old rhythm of the steppe, the rustling of dry grass under their massive hooves, the gentle snapping of branches as they venture deeper into the thickets, all create a rustic symphony of wild nature. Young elephants silently follow their adults, learning to find food and survive in this harsh yet blessed land. As twilight descends, the sky paints a reddish-orange hue, the shadows of the elephants stretching across the ground, slowly imprinted with each steady step. Without haste or noise, they continue their age-old journey, like silent guardians of the steppe. Carrying with them stories of life, strength, and the sacred connection between all living things and the vastness of nature. As night falls, the steppe, no longer bathed in brilliant sunlight, takes on a quiet, profound beauty. The elephants continue to move, slowly but surely, as if they understand every breath of this land. The crescent moon shines on their dark grey skin, highlighting the wrinkles etched by time, evidence of countless dry seasons and long journeys. In the quiet space, the occasional deep call of the lead elephant echoes, a sound both a command and a reminder of their inseparable bond. It is the voice of instinct, experience, and generational responsibility. In this wilderness, every step carries the meaning of survival, every moment a fragile balance between life and death. But it is precisely in this harshness that the beauty of nature is revealed more clearly than ever, powerful, pure, and full of emotion. the elephants continued their silent march forward, leaving behind trails of grass swaying in the wind. Like a farewell from the steppe, this journey will continue, day after day, year after year, like an endless flow of life, reminding us that nature is not just to be admired, but also to be cherished, preserved, and listened to with all our hearts. And then, as dawn gradually broke on the horizon, the gentle morning light spread a warm golden hue across the savannah. The elephants slowly stopped by their familiar watering hole, where the sky and their massive silhouettes were reflected on the calm surface. Their seemingly simple movements, trunks reaching down to drink, mud splashing lightly against their skin. Their steady breathing echoing in the stillness, created a vivid and moving picture. It wasn't just a moment of rest, but a restoration, the original rhythm of life that nature has maintained for thousands of years. Amidst this scene, one suddenly realizes that nature is not hurried, not noisy, but always operates with perseverance and precision. The elephants, with their strong bond and extraordinary memory, are symbols of the strength of community and the wisdom of the wild. Each elephant carries its own story, its own journey, but when together, they form a harmonious whole, steadfast in the face of the vicissitudes of time. And perhaps, what nature wants to convey to us through this image is the importance of slowing down to feel, to understand, and to respect the pristine values. Because when humans learn to listen to the rhythm of the earth and sky, and appreciate every living being that shares this planet, then life truly has meaning and the future can be preserved in its entirety. As the sun rose higher, its light becoming clearer and stronger, the steppe awakened to a new day full of vitality. The elephants continued their journey, leaving behind the still water and deep footprints imprinted on the damp earth. Each step they took was not merely movement, but a lasting connection between the past, present, and future. The old elephants led the way with memories accumulated over generations, remembering every safe trail, every puddle remaining after the dry season, and passing that experience on to the younger ones silently following behind. In the vast expanse, the wind mingled with the scent of dry grass, and the chirping of insects echoed regularly like a natural clock. Occasionally, the elephants would stop beside the few green bushes, breaking branches together and sharing the meager food supply. It was an instinctive sharing, an invisible bond that kept the entire herd together. The curious young elephants run around, touching trunks together, learning to understand the world through each small but meaningful collision. This scene makes us understand that in the wild, strength comes not only from size or power, but also from unity and patience. The elephants don't conquer nature, but live with it, in harmony with the rhythm of the earth and sky. It is this harmony that has helped them survive through the harsh changes of time and climate, and as the day draws to a close, the sunlight softens. Casting a deep, nostalgic golden hue over the savannah. The shadows of the elephants stretch across the ground, imprinted like ancient characters recording the story of enduring life. It is a story that needs no words, but everyone can feel it, a story of resilience, of kinship, and of the sacred bond between all living things and the land that has nurtured them for thousands of years. As the afternoon sun began to cast a honey-colored hue, the steppe seemed to don a new cloak, softer, deeper, quieter. The elephants trudged across the golden grass, swaying in the breeze, their steps unhurried but resolute, as if each one knew where it was and where it was going. In the distance, sparse trees cast long shadows, creating streaks of darkness on the ground, where the elephants occasionally stopped to rest. To breathe, to listen. Amidst this stillness, the gentle rustling of their trunks against the grass, the sound of leaves being pulled from branches, the crunching of sand underfoot, all became the familiar background sounds of a truly authentic day in nature. At times, the lead elephant would pause longer, raising its head to look around, its ears twitching like a radar, listening for every movement. A deep, warm rumble emanated from its throat, spreading through the herd like a reminder, stay close together. And so the young automatically huddled closer to their mothers, while the adults spread out to the sides, creating a safe corridor. In the wild, affection sometimes lies not in affectionate gestures, but in how the entire herd protects each other with discipline and instinct, as solid as a living fortress. The sun continued to set, its light filtering through the bushes, creating a layer of golden dust suspended in the air. Each time the herd of elephants passed, the dust rose gently, lightly settling on their skin like a layer of prairie powder. Some older elephants lagged behind, but were never left behind. Another individual always followed at a slower pace, as if in unspoken understanding. That is what is special about elephants. They don't just live in herds, but in families. where memory and bonding are more important than speed. And it is those memories that guide the way, memories of the dry season's water source, of shelter during storms, of the soft ground that could collapse. Every experience, every loss, every overcoming of danger is stored in the herd's memory, becoming a living map past. Down from generation to generation, as darkness falls, the savannah begins to change its sounds. The daytime bird song fades, giving way to the buzzing of nocturnal insects, the distant calls of owls, the rustling of some unknown creature in the bushes. The elephants remain unfazed, they simply draw closer, their steps becoming heavier and quieter. At times, a calf stumbles slightly, letting out a short cry. Immediately, the mother turns, touching her trunk to the calf's forehead as a reassurance. In the darkness, that moment shines brighter than any light, a light of bonding, of faith, of kinship that exists in the harshest environment. And when night truly falls, the sky opens up to a dazzling array of stars, so clear they seem close enough to touch. Beneath that sky, the elephants become slow-moving dark masses, both small and majestic. Each step they take is a reminder, nature doesn't need to be noisy to be great. Greatness can lie in perseverance, in the ability to endure through every season, every challenge, and in the way an elephant herd always chooses to travel together, no matter how far the journey. Night deepened on the steppe, and the surrounding space seemed to expand exponentially. Even the smallest sounds became clearer, the gentle rustling of dry leaves, the incessant chirping of insects, the faint waves of sound created by the wind blowing across the grass. The elephants continued their march, slow and steady, like a silent but unstoppable stream. In the darkness, they didn't need to see each other, they felt each other. The distance between individuals was always just enough to be safe. Just enough to prevent anyone from losing their rhythm. Then, suddenly, in the distance, a strange sound echoed, not loud, but enough to make the lead elephant stop. The entire herd almost stood still for a single breath. Their ears perked up, turning slightly in the direction of the sound. A few adults moved aside, forming a shield. The young were pushed into the middle, close to their mothers. Without any explicit command, a defensive formation was formed, a lesson of the steppe, learned through instinct and memory. In that moment, we saw the true strength of the elephants, not ferocity, but the ability to protect each other with calm. No panic. No scattering. Just a quiet, steadfast preparation. The deep rumble from the lead elephant echoed again, low, long, sounding like distant thunder. And then the herd continued to move. But more tightly, more compactly, as a unified mass. Near midnight, the herd approached a wide open space where the faint scent of damp earth lingered, a sign of water not far away. The wind carried a cool breeze, a stark contrast to the dry heat of the day. Their steps began to slow. And then they saw a small puddle remaining in the middle of the